Welcome to the 2022 University of Arizona Department of Otolaryngology Head and Neck Surgery end-of-year graduation dinner. Let's start by welcoming those who have become part of our department during the past year. Dr. David Chen is the new Director of Facial Plastic and Reconstructive Surgery. He and his wife, Dr. Rosie Zhang, who also joined the U of A faculty in the Department of Ophthalmology, moved to Tucson last fall. Dr. Carrie Liu started with us in December and is our department's second pediatric otolaryngologist. She joined her husband, Dr. Mike Avery, who is a neurosurgeon in the U of A Department of Neurosurgery. Michelle Eros became the department's senior business manager last summer, and Ann Lilly is the new assistant to the chair. Tonight, we also welcome two new PGY1 residents, Dr. Lauren Malaya and Dr. Madeline St. Peter. We are so excited that you have chosen to spend the next 5 years with us, and we can't wait to be part of your journey to become board-certified otolaryngologists. This year commemorates an important anniversary for the otolaryngology program. A decade ago, on a quiet summer day in Tucson, 2 otolaryngologists and 1 new surgery intern could be found figuring their way around the University of Arizona Medical Center. Initially, the otolaryngology service was just 2 faculty physicians, Dr. Alex Chu and Dr. Stephen Goldstein, who were driven by belief that there was a need and an opportunity to create a true academic otolaryngology program to serve the people of Southern Arizona. Helping Drs. Chu and Goldstein on their first day was Dr. Aaron Fawcett, a new surgery intern who would, 6 years later, become the first otolaryngology residency graduate from the University of Arizona. 10 years ago, a new ENT clinic was opened on the 5th floor of the hospital in the same location that had once previously housed an ENT clinic, but that had not welcomed any ENT patients in more than 20 years. Despite humble beginnings, the University of Arizona Otolaryngology Service thrived thanks to the strong support of many otolaryngologists from the Tucson community and other supporting physicians across the region who recognize the value of an academic otolaryngology program in Southern Arizona. A new 5-year otolaryngology residency program was accredited in 2013 with Dr. Audrey Baker as program director, and Dr. Chu added an advanced rhinology fellowship in 2015. In 2014, the Arizona Board of Regents approved transition of the Division of Otolaryngology to become a new Department of Otolaryngology Head and Neck Surgery. In June 2017, the department gathered in this same location at the Westin La Paloma for our inaugural residency graduation. And how incredible it is that tonight we celebrate the graduation of our 6th resident. In 2019, we opened the new Banner University Medical Center Tower, which replaced many of the older sections of the original hospital that was built more than 50 years ago. The new hospital tower complemented the opening of the Banner University Medicine North Clinic, a multi-specialty clinic that includes a new ENT clinic. The old ENT clinic, located in the 1970s-era main hospital building, was transformed into modern new administrative offices for the department. Today, the University of Arizona Department of Otolaryngology at Banner University Medicine Tucson features the largest otolaryngology practice in Southern Arizona. With 11 clinical faculty who have completed additional fellowship training beyond residency, we are also the largest subspecialty otolaryngology practice in the state. We are recognized across Arizona as the destination location for taking care of the most complex otolaryngology problems. Complementing our clinical and education missions, the University of Arizona Department of Otolaryngology has active clinical research programs and is one of the top-funded academic departments of otolaryngology in the country, ranking 28th in the nation in NIH funding. The past academic year, 2021-2022, saw many exciting accomplishments for our department, and I would like to highlight a few. February saw the safe return of the 9th Annual ENT in the Desert Conference at the Lowe's Ventana Resort. There were outstanding talks and panels by department and invited guest faculty, and active participation by an interested, engaged audience so excited for the return of an in-person conference. This year's ENT in the Desert was our best and most successful meeting ever. Another milestone achievement for the department was successfully completing our first 7-year academic program review, as mandated by the Arizona legislature for all public university academic departments. In March, a distinguished group of external and internal reviewers performed a comprehensive review of the department. Their report confirmed what we all know. There is uniformly strong faculty, residents, and administrative staff who work together in a, quote, family-like culture to achieve greater than expected accomplishments, especially considering the department's small size and short history. I also want to highlight a few individual achievements this past year. Dr. Eugene Chang was promoted to full professor, and Dr. Carlos Calin was awarded tenure status. Congratulations to both. Dr. Audrey Baker was appointed as a prestigious College of Medicine Society's mentor. Society mentors introduce clinical skills, mentoring, professionalism, and professional identity to medical students, particularly in the preclinical phase of their education. Congratulations, Dr. Baker. Before closing, I want to recognize every member of the department, no matter your role or position, and acknowledge everything you do on a daily basis. I know the challenges and obstacles you face, especially during the past year, are a frequent source of frustration. Yet, you still come to work every day with a smile under your mask and a cheerful attitude. Sometimes it may seem that a new crisis arises every week, or sometimes every day. I wish I could tell you that this will go away, but I'm afraid it is, as they say, the new normal. However, I want to emphasize that whoever you are and whatever job you have, what we do is meaningful. What we do makes a difference. And so, on behalf of all those that this Department of Otolaryngology serves, from students, trainees, patients, colleagues who desperately need our help, and Banner team members who try their best to support us, I want to say thank you for your service. It has been a truly remarkable first 10 years for the University of Arizona Otolaryngology program. For the last 6 years, it has been an amazing journey personally for me to have worked with such a talented team of scientists, physicians, administrative staff, and other health team members. The program that we have together built is, in many respects, just getting started. And the University of Arizona Department of Otolaryngology is sure to achieve even more exciting successes in the years to come. And now it is time to introduce tonight's University of Arizona Otolaryngology residency graduate, Dr. Sam Barber. Sam was born in Rochester, New York, and grew up in Romulus, New York, on Cayuga Lake, the longest of the Finger Lakes. His father, Ralph, retired the year he was born, and his mother, MJ, took a sabbatical from teaching so that they could both be at home with Sam for his first 5 years. Sam's parents sometimes called him Little Old Man because he was wise beyond his years. At around age 6, Sam already knew that he wanted to be a doctor. At age 8, he was checking out anatomy books from the school library, and I'm told he was already able to draw detailed illustrations of the central nervous system. In school, he was savvy with computers and got in trouble for hacking into the school's computer system to play internet games with his friends. From his mom, Sam learned to enjoy sports, which he played throughout school. He loves downhill skiing and making first tracks in deep powder down steep slopes and into trees. Music was also a big part of Sam's life. He started playing the clarinet in 4th grade and learned several other instruments by the time he graduated from high school. After high school, Sam attended the University of Rochester and graduated with a degree in psychology. After working for several years as a surgical neurophysiologist in Denver and Boston, he attended Tufts University School of Medicine. He also had the opportunity to conduct research at Massachusetts Eye and Ear Infirmary and served as lead clinical coordinator for 2 FDA trials investigating neuroprosthetic devices. Sam met his future wife, Tiff, who was also a medical student at Tufts, in the summer of 2013. They quickly bonded over their mutual love of food, travel, and the outdoors. Sam and Tiff graduated from Tufts in 2017. Both Sam and Tiff matched at the University of Arizona for their residencies, Sam with us in otolaryngology, and Tiff matched with the Department of Anesthesiology. In May of 2019, Sam and Tiff got married in Palm Springs, California. Tiff completed her residency in the Department of Anesthesiology last year and is currently finishing a critical care fellowship at Stanford. Sam and Tiff are excited about starting a family, and they are expecting a baby boy in October. During residency, Sam developed a strong interest in lateral skull-base surgery and endoscopic ear surgery. Otolaryngology residency training is such a busy time, yet Sam's research productivity has been unparalleled for a resident. Sam has presented his work at multiple national and international meetings, where he has frequently been an invited faculty speaker as a recognized expert on the application of virtual and augmented reality for surgical simulation in lateral skull-base surgery. Sam has received first prize in our department's annual Residency Research Symposium every year of his residency. But Sam is not just about work, and during residency, he was able to pursue his many other outside interests, including photography and videography. During the past 2 years of virtual residency applications and interviews, Sam helped produce several videos to describe and promote the otolaryngology residency program. With many research activities and conferences on hold because of the pandemic, Sam was able to use his extensive expertise in augmented reality and video graphics for other applications. Sam will be pursuing a neurotology fellowship at LSU next year, and he is committed to a future career in academic neurotology. I am so proud of Sam and all he has accomplished. Sam, you and your family have much to be proud of. I know that you will go on to do great things in your career and in your life. As you graduate from your residency, I want to say, on behalf of all of us in the entire University of Arizona Department of Otolaryngology, congratulations.
Congratulations, Sam. Tonight is your night. We're all here together to celebrate you and your efforts over the last 5 years in becoming an amazing otolaryngologist. We are all so proud of your achievements. For those of you who don't know, Sam is one of our most prolific resident researchers in history. He has really done an amazing job bringing multiple areas of the university together to all study video games. I would like to point out Sam's amazing feat at bringing his research to the bedside. This in medicine is called translational research, and Sam has excelled in it. The first is when Sam is on call, he sends lots of text messages, wonderful updates about patients that are yours or maybe not yours. Sam has even completed the last few months of residency completely virtually from home. Finally, in what must have been in real life, I am happy to share with you, if you don't already know, that Sam and Tiff are expecting a baby this fall. In a feat that I don't totally understand, Sam was able to send that virtual signal to our entire department. And wouldn't you know it, we are expecting 4 additional babies in the otolaryngology department within a week of each other. As always, as mentors, we are continually inspired by our students, and Sam has been no different. Sam, I have tried to incorporate some of your virtual reality techniques in my own career and in my own family life. Even Jordan, my husband, a wonderful orthopedic surgeon, has now started performing robotic hip surgery.
What can you see?
I see the hips, babe.
Can I see?
Oh, yeah. Here. Your turn.
I have also tried my hand at virtual parenting. Hey guys, just on a little run. How's it going? Hey guys, how's it going? Congratulations on graduating, Sam. It has been a very difficult 5 years and you made it through. We are so proud of your achievements and are very proud to be your mentors. We would like to present you a virtual diploma and wish you the greatest success going forward, both in real life and in the metaverse.
All right, well, thank you for this opportunity. It's an honor to be able to say a few words about Dr. Sam Barber. Sam will always be a special resident for me because he started here the same time that I started as an attending. He's my very first resident who I saw develop and transform from the very beginning. I first remember meeting Sam at a dinner in Maryland when he was presenting research as a medical student. He was shy and not so confident yet, but in a short 5 years, he's become a husband, a surgeon, and a prolific researcher. Sam possesses a rare blend of extraordinary intelligence and an eye for innovation. Sam stands out from all his peers because he was amazingly able to publish more papers as a resident than most people do during their entire career. I don't know how he does it, but he somehow is able to work 80 plus hours a week in the hospital, and he still finds a way to complete research projects and write papers. But I think what I'll miss the most about Sam are his presentations. Sam's able to infuse so much humor, wit, and sometimes sarcasm in his talks. And even if I can't understand the complexity of what he's saying, he's always successfully entertaining us and making us laugh. I'll remember his virtual research presentation where he transformed his living room into a high-tech control room. Or his M&M where he put the graphic of our hospital somehow being the only hospital in the state of Arizona with a population of 7 million people. I'll remember that anesthesia photo he created on Photoshop, where he put Kara behind bars on a Zoom conference. We'll surely miss Sam's ability to bring humor and levity to otherwise tense moments. We'll also miss his dedication to our patients. Sam's invested so much for our hospital and our community. He's taken countless hours of call, and he's endured so many sleepless nights. I've watched him transform from a shy medical student to a confident and skilled surgeon. He's taken advantage of all his learning opportunities. He continues to get better each and every day. And so I finally want to wish you, Sam, the very best at LSU. We're all so happy that you get to fulfill one of your lifelong dreams of becoming a neurologist. Your career is filled with so much potential, and I know you'll make us proud. Congratulations, Sam.
Greetings to Dr. Wong, Dr. Baker, Dr. Borelli, department faculty, administrators and staff, my fellow co-residents and colleagues, and to my family, good evening. When I applied to Otolaryngology residency, I looked broadly at programs because I was doing the couples match with my now wife, Tiff. Coming from Boston, I thought I wanted to be in a big residency program, one with a robust department with resources for continuing large-scale research projects. When comparing institutions, I was wary of programs that had a home call schedule and frequent trauma coverage. Well, then I matched here. But I was still excited. I had successfully matched into otolaryngology and couples matched in the same city for residency. We were relieved, as not everyone matches into ENT, and many couples do not end up in the same city. Arizona was my very first interview. When doing rank lists with Tiff, there were a lot of positive aspects. I remember being interviewed by Dr. Abraham Jacob. He spent a bit of our 20 minutes asking me who gets to do the tumor dissection and schwannoma cases in Boston because he liked being able to do that as a neurologist. I was reassured that I was entering a program that had good surgical volume and a familiar culture for otology and skull-base surgery, which would be necessary to build up a competitive application for fellowship. So when I first came to Arizona in July, I asked some of my new co-residents, "Oh hey, where's Dr. Jacob?" "Oh, he doesn't work here anymore. He left a few months ago." "Oh, I was not aware. Who do we have for a neurologist now in our department?" And that was my initial start of my 5-year journey through RED training. However, as an intern, just as my book knowledge from medical school provided little practical assistance in real-life scenarios on the floor, my concept of what constituted good training was similarly theoretical and biased from academic bubbles in the Northeast. Although Steve Jobs was not good at making medical decisions or coming up with a reasonable treatment plan for certain conditions like neuroendocrine tumors, he was right in this instance when he said that customers don't know what they want. Now at the end of residency, I can confidently tell you that my colleagues and I are much better surgeons and otolaryngologists after training here at the University of Arizona than any large residency program. I always found it difficult to explain my experience here to other colleagues. This may sound strange given that I'm the same specialty with the same training requirements as everyone else across the country, but our unique program offers amenities not available elsewhere. Our attending physicians apply an attention to detail to analyze different styles of learning and provide personalized critique and guidance to advance our skill sets. On clinical rotations at my medical school, we learn to highlight our strengths and hide our weaknesses to get honors marks. My faculty mentors here recognize this maladaptive trait early on in training, and they made me confront my weaknesses head on. To both of our advantages, I am not a good poker player. When I'm interested in something, it's very obvious to others as I tend to focus my efforts in that area. When I'm not interested in something, it's also very obvious to others, and my lack of effort in those areas historically knew no bounds. As such, I am forever grateful to my faculty for forcing me to reframe my perspectives and mindfully be proactive to become more well-rounded. These lessons resulted in success during residency and applied more generally to life outside of work as well. That is not to say that expanding our program with an ever-growing army of attendings and eventual increase in resident complement is a step in the wrong direction. Ultimately, it comes down to the people who form the culture and the values of an institution. By starting from the ground up, we are not bound by tradition or dogmatic principles that could hold us back from adapting to a changing environment. I have my current and former co-residents to thank for my success in residency, who all helped each other get through trying times. Whether it's an extreme example like navigating a pandemic in our hospital system, or simply the growing pains of a relatively new program and a transition to a hospital system unfamiliar with academic institutions. When I started residency, the experience almost seemed to be more like general surgery than otolaryngology. In fact, a general surgery resident used to ask me during my PGY2 year every so often, "So, did you crack yet?" "No?" "Well, it's going to happen at some point. Your guys' schedule is crazy." And on one of those encounters on a Friday morning, as the only resident in the hospital with both pagers, a full OR day with Dr. Young, and the start of a 72-hour solo call, he may have had a point. To this day, the best hours I've ever worked were the 6 months of general surgery during intern year, said no otolaryngologist ever. But that culture seems so foreign to me now. When I come in for sign-out on call, no matter how hectic the workday or clinical duties, my co-residents are still laughing and cracking jokes and asking how to divide and conquer so everyone can leave the hospital. And although our schedule is demanding, we can't change our census. It's the way in which we deal with that static variable that gets us all through it. And my co-residents help teach me that and focus on what's important. And best of all, everyone ends up being incredibly confident and able to tackle literally anything very early on in our careers. It's amazing to see the transformation of our intern and junior resident colleagues over this year, from having to check with me for every page or phone call, to then performing low-key bedside surgery by themselves and basically just updating everyone after. I remember when Dr. Brelly started and told John Sims that he couldn't believe John knew how to do a neck dissection as a PGY2. And then I remember when Dr. Skirko started, he said he couldn't figure out which year any of the residents were because he thought they could all be chief based on their ability levels. To my senior faculty, I thank you for your expertise and for passing down to us decades of wisdom in just a few short years. I especially thank my affiliate faculty mentors who taught me practical clinical knowledge not found in any textbook, but that is often more helpful on a daily basis. To my junior faculty, thank you for your enthusiasm with resident education. You have already imparted upon us knowledge from a vast array of diverse clinical experiences. To other members of the Department and College of Medicine, I thank you for the support with every aspect outside of clinical duties. From Sonia Romo, who is always doing the work comprising at least 3 different job titles, to help from other departments like pathology who went above and beyond to notarize documents for medical licensing. Whether I'm stepping foot in our department, office, our clinic, the VA, or the medical offices at private practices in town, people have gone out of their way to help me succeed. I especially thank my wife, Tiff, who has been by my side and supported me throughout surgical residency. As someone who is also in medicine but in a different discipline, she understood me while offering fresh perspectives and insight. I could not have gone through residency without her, and she has made me a better otolaryngologist. As we increase the resident complement, I envision what would be considered to me a golden age of training for the incoming residents. There will still be the same massive surgical volume that facilitates autonomy and personalized instruction in the OR, but with an improved support system for a more well-rounded education. I see great things already happening in our department from motivated junior faculty who are in a unique opportunity to make a huge impact so early in their careers. I look forward to seeing the fruits of your labors with enhancements to resident education and academic rigor. Leaving here, I am proud to be a graduate of the University of Arizona Otolaryngology residency program. I look forward to sharing my experience and perspectives learned here in my next phases of life. Thank you all.